I am so nervous about cutting this sweatshirt right now. And it doesn't make sense. There's really no need for it. But here goes. Okay. Hi. I finished the sweatshirt with the quilt block in it that I really was getting a little nervous about cutting out. It's like, oh, what if I nick the quilt block? Then what? Because I don't have any more of that Cinderella fabric. Don't have any more. So if I were to destroy that, of course I could make another quilt block, but it wouldn't be the same one with the same Cinderella in the middle. So anyway, I was a little concerned. It surprised me, but it all turned out fine. And now that I've made that one, I'm actually going to make another one for me with something different in the middle, obviously. Tips I can give you for that is use a walking foot. It's stretchy enough that if you don't use a walking foot, yeah, you could very possibly wind up getting around your quilt block and then having a lump. And that's not a good look. So here is a picture of, or a shot of the little 9 patch that I made. It came out good. And now I'm on my way to go to the post office to go mail the sweatshirt I made for my granddaughter. I'm so excited. So I'm going to start on my practice block for the Jellyroll blocks that I really wanted. And so I've got a yellow color motif block going. So I really like the way that's coming out. On examining it, I think that I'm going to adhere to the pattern and go ahead and put white squares that are the same material as the background fabric. And so that will be the project I will be working on next for a while and in the future. And in the meantime, there's some type of a siren going on out there. If you have a scrap system that works for you, great. If you're still kind of not sure and you're finding it's ineffective, not economical, I can just share what I do, and maybe you can take some tips from that. So I have a small bin that I keep the neutrals in that are all like under about 8 inches. They could be a strip, but if one dimension is smaller than 8 inches, then they go in that small neutrals bin. And then I have another color one like it with all the different colors. Anything that's under about 8 to 10 inches all goes in there. I don't cut my scraps into like 3 or 4 or 5 inch squares usually. I like to keep the scrap itself to the size it is, even if it's in a regular shape, because I want that ability to turn it into the size I need for the project that's coming up. You can always cut it down smaller, you know. So I know some people really enjoy cutting their scraps into like 5-inch squares, and they have it all nice and neat, and 2.5-inch squares for when they want them. And I do agree that that can be a good way to go. It just doesn't work well for me, because what if I want 3.5-inch squares? And then I've chopped it all off. So I have that small container with stuff that's under about 8 inches. I have the medium size ones that are not quite the size of a fat quarter, but also not small enough to be considered under 8 inches. And those are in their own little world. And then the fat quarters and the half yards and all that stuff is all in another place. I don't separate by color because I want to do that when the time comes for me to decide what colors I want to work with. And that's just what works for me, but you do you. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making that. I'm probably going to make it a table runner, although that would actually be a really pretty baby quilt if I did like a 3x3. Be really cute, and it'd be big enough for a bigger baby. So anyway, all right, quilting friends, it's really been fun today, even though the weather hasn't been great, but it's fine. It's not snowing or ice, so there's that. So I'm going to say, keep smiling, guys. Bye.